I'm Tracy, and this week I have been a big fat failure. Now, I started this channel because I knew I had to make some changes in order to have some life in my life, add some life to my days. And it's not that I'm going for a smaller body, it's that I'm going for a bigger life, basically. And if you've watched my first video, the one where I have to lose weight, if you haven't watched that already, watch that after this. Because during that video, I go through all the stuff, or some of the stuff, that I want in my life, that I want to improve my life for. So I felt so good doing that video. I felt really positive. And yeah, I'm going to do this. This time I'm going to do this. Then I got complacent. For example, last weekend I enjoyed, shall we say, quite a lot of wine. Fine, okay, these things happen. But this weekend that's just gone, I fell off the wagon again. Why? Why am I doing this? Why is it such a good idea to sit and drink and enjoy? It's not even as though it's a social life, although it is sort of a social life because I'm chatting to people online. I'm watching live streams and chatting to the community in there. It's so much fun. It is so much fun, but it's even more fun when you've got a glass of wine in your hand. I think also some of the problem is that I don't actually have a bedroom. It's a very unconventional setup. For many years I had a mattress, a good decent mattress, always, whatever. If you're buying a bed and you've only got £500 for the bed, just buy a mattress. The base can come another time. The money should go into the mattress and put it on the floor. I live in a 2-bedroom flat and my daughters each had a bedroom. I let them have both a bedroom each. And then I was on the mattress in the living room, which I would then put away behind the sofa. Time moved on, and so did my daughters, and I'm still on the living room floor. And I mean, I love it there. Don't get me wrong, I love it there. The room is actually a very comfortable room to be in. It's not very decorated. I'll show you one day. Yeah. That will come. I will put all that kind of stuff in future videos. Anyway, so I'm still in the living room. And now I have got 2 spare bedrooms. One of the bedrooms is taken up by my husband. Again, that's another unconventional setup that I shall explain in a future video. But the other bedroom is empty, apart from some junk from when my parents died. And I ended up inheriting all their junk. So I've gone through it. And the junk that's left there is the junk that I want to keep, but I don't know where to put. And I can't put it anywhere because the bedroom's not set up properly. So the upshot of all this is that I don't have a bedroom. I don't have a sanctity where I can leave the room behind that's got the computer in and all the everyday doings. I can't leave the room, leave that behind, and then go into a bedroom that is a relaxing retreat where the bed's made. Although of course I still have to make the bed, but where the bed is made, I want to actually get in that bed. And I think that's half my problem, is that I'm kind of staying up because the alternative isn't that welcoming. Don't get me wrong, my mattress is lovely, my pillows are generally lovely and a little bit hard sometimes. I need to replace some, and it's comfortable, clean and comfortable, but it's functional. That's all it is, it's functional. And it's not like, yeah, I'm going to bed at 7 o'clock tonight because I want to be in my bed. I want to go to my bed and read. I can do that. Yes, of course I can do that. But it's not... It's not somewhere that you would look at and go, yeah, that looks cosy. I would love to read in that. A mug of hot chocolate on the side or some pretty fairy lights. Yeah, it's not. It's not. So I think that's been some of my problem. That sounds like an excuse. And it probably is. It's an excuse, but it's also a reason. So, because I've been thinking about it. I've just been thinking about, why am I just having problems sticking to this thing? Why? It's so annoying. It's so annoying. I have got so many plans that I want to do. So many plans. Some of the plans are just basic countryside walks. Everybody can do them. I can't. I can't. I can manage about a mile, maybe a mile and a half, before things are hurting too much for me to continue. And that is, some of it's my arthritis, some of it is because I've got a condition called, I don't know what it's actually called now, but it was called joint hypermobility disorder, which means it's all very well that I can do that, yeah, but it also means that other connective tissue in me can hurt. See, look, you can see me fidgeting about now. That's because standing on the spot, on one spot, certain bits of me are starting to hurt. Now, I know it's normal to sort of like go from like one foot to the other, you know, keep your circulation going, but no, I'm standing here and my knee hurts. So I change position. Then the other knee hurts. I don't want this to be happening. And so this is what I'm saying. I have conditions that hurt, and hurt more when I've been walking or standing or whatever, exercising. But it's also the weight. It's going to be exacerbating the conditions, and it's also going to be just literally weighing me down. And it's a hot day here today. It's a hot day here today. I think it's about 26 degrees. It's forecast to go up to in the 30s in the next couple of days. I can't go out. I can't go out. I have got layers of insulation on me, which means that when it's winter, I can walk around outside and it's great. I don't have to wear a jacket. I don't have to wear a cardigan or a jumper. People, you know, it's 8 degrees out there and people, strangers come up to me. Aren't you cold? Where's your coat? Well, no. The worst one is, don't you have a coat? Like I'm some kind of poverty person. You know, I'm walking down the road and I don't have a jacket on, and the reason for that is because I can't afford one. Of course, clearly that's what it is. But no, I don't feel the cold, which is great, as I said, in the winter. But in the summer, everyone's out there enjoying the sun and barbecues and what have you, and there's me just, no. So why is it that I just cannot maintain the motivation? There are things, like I was saying before I went off track, there are things that I want to do. There are things that I want to achieve. Even if it's just being able to walk for more than a mile and a half. I'd like to be able to walk up a hill. I'd like to be able to walk up a hill and be able to see the view and enjoy the view. Other people can do it. There are people with more limited mobility than me who do it. But the thought of dragging myself up a hill as I am now, no, I couldn't. And that's a shame, because it's what I want to do. I've also noticed that my appetite has increased, and my off button doesn't seem to be working. I'm hungrier and I don't know why. And I'm not putting extra food in, but I'm spending the whole day just feeling hungry, and I am eating enough and I am eating the right things. I'm not sitting there eating a bucket of pasta and washing it down with a bottle of Coke. I don't drink fizzy drinks anyway, but it's not as though I'm messing up my blood sugars, which is making me hungrier. I'm just finding it difficult to kill or curb the appetite. And the stuff that I'm eating should be satisfying it. You know, high protein, great. Add a bit of fat, great. That should all be satisfying and shut it all up, but it doesn't. It doesn't. So come on. Why can't you do this, Tracy? Why can I not do this? I have so much in my mind and written down and documented on video of why I want to do this. It's the maintaining the motivation and the momentum. It's getting into the rhythm and staying in the rhythm of doing all this. And genuinely, there are some days that I actually forget that I'm supposed to be doing this. I thought documenting on video would make a difference because I'd see my camera and it would remind me, this is what I thought, it would remind me that I'm supposed to be documenting things in my life, the journey towards a fitter, healthier, more fulfilling lifestyle. But no, this is the problem with my brain. If I'm not thinking about something kind of 24/7, if I'm not absolutely obsessing about it, then it doesn't exist. These cupboards, this food, I put food in these cupboards. Clearly, it's a kitchen cupboard. But the cupboard doors are closed. Therefore, everything that's in there doesn't exist. In my brain, doesn't exist. Cupboard door is closed, nothing in there exists anymore. Which is how comes I end up ordering stuff that I've already got in. So, I need gravy, so I'll order gravy granules. 3 pots in there already, but I'm ordering more. Why? Because they don't exist. And it's the same with the healthy eating, healthy lifestyle thing. If I'm not thinking about it, if it's not right there in front of my face, it doesn't exist. Now, that's not to say that when I'm not thinking about it, I'm sitting there, like I said, eating buckets of pasta or ordering pizzas and all the usual myths and tropes for, you know, overweight and fat people. Yeah, we just sit around watching daytime TV and putting junk in our faces. Yeah. In fact, I'll pop some photos of some of my recent meals at the end of this video so that you can have a look. Feel free to critique. Feel free to tell me where I'm going wrong. I know some of you are probably going to say portion size, but doing Slimming World, you learn that it's not so much how much you eat, but what you're eating. So feel free, but do feel free to comment and, you know, point out what I could be doing differently, because hopefully it'll inspire me. Also, with this memory loss as to what the hell I'm supposed to be doing, I've also forgotten that I'm supposed to be going out for walks. Up until now, up until the last week, I was going for walks twice a week to, obviously, a bit of exercise and a bit of fresh air, and also to do some filming and talking to camera about a subject, whatever subject that came into my head that I wanted to talk to you about. But I've forgotten to do them. I think it might be because we've had lots of heavy rain and now we've got heavy sunshine, and now it sounds like I'm making excuses again. So yeah, so I think what I'm going to have to do is do some kind of memory board. Memory board, aid memoir, not a memory board. A memory board is when you put memories that has already happened on it. Aid memoir, a reminder board. So literally put on it, you're supposed to be losing Oh my God, yeah, yeah, that's another thing. Let's just take stock. Not start all over again. I'm not starting all over again. I'm not starting from the beginning. I'm starting where I left off. Like an unfinished craft project. You know, you don't have your knitting and put it down and then leave it for a few months and then come back to it and unravel everything that you've already done. No. Let's just start where I left off. Yes. The next few images that you'll see will be a selection of recent meals that I have made and eaten. And the next video that will be out on this channel should be my next weigh-in. I'm not going to say should be, it will be. I'm not giving up. So thanks for watching, and if you've liked this, please click the like button. If you've really liked it, I'd love it if you could click the subscribe button. And if you've got anything to say about anything that I've said in this video, please do leave a comment. I read them all, I promise.